All right. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us tonight for our season finale of discussing all things Walking Dead and horror. On our panel tonight is Amanda Kitts, Teresa Burge-Irwin, Christine Clegg, and I'm Joe Anderson. And tonight we have a special guest. She's been in an assortment of movies as an extra, some of them including the made-for-TV movie Stage Fright, indie movie Prepatus, and The True Adventures of Wolf Boy, and the newest motion picture, A Quiet Place 2. Let's all welcome Anna Babcock to the show.
Hi. Hi, Anna.
Hey, Anna.
So, and as always, if you would all please sound off in the comments so you are entered in our weekly prize giveaway. It was greatly appreciated. All right, here we go. So, Anna, it's exciting to have you here tonight on our show. I've always wondered how someone becomes an extra in a movie. Is there a full-time extra, and if there is, are you?
Well, what I did with the first one we did, I actually did it with my daughter. She had filled out some type of form, and then we had to send our pictures in and like what our measurements were, and how tall we were, and then they went through there and picked people that way on, you know, their height, their weight, their coloring, their nationalities, depending on what they wanted. And each movie was different. Some of them we had to actually go in, like for Wolf Boy and Quiet Place 2, you actually had to go in and they actually had to sit and talk with you. And then they put you in front of a camera, which I can't stand, like being that focus. It's okay being in the background. I don't like the focus. And then they sit there and talk with you and film you as they're talking to you. And then they pick you that way. So depending on the type of movie, like I did a couple of the Lifetime ones, and anybody could go in and sign up to be an extra for them. But the ones like Crepitus and Quiet Place 2 and Wolf Boy, those ones you all kind of had audition for.
Wow. Is it fun?
It's actually a lot of work, believe it or not. Like I'll use Quiet Place 2 because I know that's the movie more people are interested in. When they're all running in the town, you know, like the scene with when they're in the town and everybody's running.
Right.
That scene, it took us 3 days to film, and we ran for 3 days. And I'm not a runner, so no, that was not fun. But you know, it's really cool because you meet a lot of different types of people. If you're lucky, you get to meet the actors and that. I did meet John Krasinski. I didn't meet Emily Blunt though. I seen her, and she's absolutely gorgeous. And he was super sweet. The kids, they kind of kept away from everybody. Yeah, I guess that's it.
That's what whether you actually, you know, I guess it depends on the scene you're in, whether you're in with any of the main actors. So, but that's so cool, you get to meet some.
Yeah, like in Wolf Boy 2, I got to meet John Turturro.
Oh, wow.
And he is, like, so tall. It's like hurts your neck to look up at him. It's
wow.
like, wow. And he's really super sweet, too.
That's good.
Well, that's awesome. So do you find that you run into a lot of the same people that you've had in other movies as well? Like you'll see, you know, you remember, oh, we were in Quiet Place 2 or Wolf Boy or whatever, you see some of the same people turning up each time?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of the same people. Like I said, I've actually made some good friends through it.
No, that's cool.
There's this one girl, her name was Lynn, And it was like everyone that I had did, she had done too. And it's like you started to see each other all the time. It's like, oh, hi, how you doing? And come to find out, she only lives like 3 blocks away from me, which was really cool. So we kind of forged a friendship.
Oh, that's great.
Do you, is there like a type of genre that you favor the most? Like, rather like do a horror one or the Lifetime?
I would love to do more horror ones. Mainly I've done like more Lifetime type movies, and they're very, very, very different than like the way they film them and everything is very different than they did for like Quiet Place 2, True Adventures of Wolf Boy, and Crepitus. I mean, they were really exact on them. Where the other ones, like the Lifetime movies, they're pretty laid back, and I don't really know how to explain it. It was like such a different feeling. They're so serious with the other ones, and yeah, does that make any sense? Is what I'm saying make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
About how long do you do a movie for? Are you on it for throughout the whole thing, or just for a certain scene, or how does that work?
Just for certain scenes. Like Quiet Place, I was there for a baseball game. I was up in the bleachers, which was kind of fun because they actually played a regular baseball game. I mean, you only got to see a snippet. They actually really played like a whole game. Like these kids played this whole game of baseball. I think they played like 6 innings. And they took snippets from that when they were showing the game. What was the other question? I'm sorry.
Just how long it takes to do a scene or two.
Like I said, the running scene took 3 days, and it's only like maybe a 2-minute scene.
Right.
In the movie. It's
okay.
like it's actually quite crazy how long it takes them to do one single scene. It's like they'll shoot one scene all day long, and it might only be like 5 minutes of a movie, and it's like, wow.
Oh.
You don't realise that, how long it could take because.
And they don't film in order either. Like, you think they would be filming in order the way that the story goes?
Right.
They don't.
Right. So it just depends on locations and stuff. They'll film all at one location and then somewhere else, I guess. But,
right. And I also think it depends on, like, the weather for that day, or if they're looking for a specific, like, nighttime shot or daytime shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, do you travel for any of these movies? Like, or is it in your area?
I do the ones that are pretty local to my area. I mean, I think the furthest I ever traveled was to Niagara Falls, and that's only like maybe an hour and 15 minutes away from me.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I stay pretty local.
Do you hear about movies like, do they sort of come up on Facebook, or how are they advertised mainly, so that you know what's coming up and what you have to audition for?
Well, after the first movie, they started emailing me when they were doing another movie.
Oh, okay.
They would email me and ask me if I was interested, or I tried out for the We Are Marshals.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get that one because they were looking for somebody that was a size 4, and it's like, well, I got a little ways to go before I'm a size 4, so I can't work on that. Yeah, that's how I find out about them. And sometimes you'll see them like on our local news. They'll say that there's a movie coming up, or or whatnot, and you find out who's doing it, and then you can email them directly or our local film. But we have a regular, I don't know what you would call it, like a regular film company stationed at Buffalo, and you can go through them, and they can give you lists of things that are coming up too. But I don't do it enough to do that.
Oh, okay.
Cause like that, yeah, I don't.
But does it
mind
help
being
that,
in the background. So.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Does it help, having been in other movies, does that would help you get the part, you know, the extra parts more than, say, someone who just was their first time? It'd be an advantage having been in other ones?
I'm sorry, you broke up like really bad.
Oh, sorry. So would it be an advantage having been in the other movies when you're sort of applying to do another one? Is they can sort of see, oh yes, Anna's done this and this and this, so they're perhaps, you know, more likely to lean towards giving you a role because, you know, you've been in others.
I still don't really know what you said, Teresa. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that was me. It was Christine. No, that's all right. No, I was just wondering whether having had a few parts in different movies that helps when they're looking at you and they're saying, oh, Anna's done, you know, 10 movies or something, and they perhaps would be more likely to, you know, lean towards giving you an extra part.
Yeah, well, they'll go through and they'll pick through people and they'll say, okay, I want you here, I want you there. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So that thing you've got some experience, so it makes it perhaps more likely that they might pick you.
Yeah, because they'll have you kind of lead the other ones, like the other extras. If you've been extras before, they'll turn around and tell you, okay, you show them where to go or what to do and, you know, things like that. They do that, yeah.
Advantage, yeah, having done a few. Excellent.
Is there a lot of sitting around on the set?
Yeah, actually, yeah, there is. And then they, like if they're filming one scene and they don't have extras in that scene, you'll have to sit there and you can't, like, you know, can't talk or, you know, or anything. You have to just be really, really quiet. I went for the one and I took a coughing fit, and they had to keep yelling cut, and it was like, I can't help it, I'm sorry. I felt so horrible. I was so embarrassed. But that was in like 20-degree weather. It was freezing outside.
Ooh, I bet that can be difficult. I don't like being cold.
I can't stand being cold.
Yeah, that would just be horrible, horrible.
So especially if you're sitting around getting cold.
It was for a Christmas movie.
Right.
And they filmed it, and the weird thing is they filmed it in like February.
Right.
And we had just had like a massive snowstorm just before they had finished filming. So we had like 3-4 feet of snow, depending on where you were. And it was crazy, crazy cold. And the wind was terrible, and it's like, I don't want to do this no more.
What
Pardon?
What was your first movie you were in?
A Prince for Christmas. That was the one that was outside.
What was the name of it again?
Prince for
Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I love Lifetime movies, especially like the Christmas ones. It's a little different.
The actors on that were really, really cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't remember what any of their names are. Isn't that not terrible? But they were really cool. They were nice. They were friendly. We had, they did it at, part of it was done at the railroad station. And with the snow being as heavy it was, part of the ceiling had collapsed in the railroad station.
Oh, wow.
So the half that had the bathroom in it was closed down because it was unsafe. So we had to walk down a block go to the bathroom, like if you had to use the bathroom. And the one actor was like, the guy that played the prince, he was like, he needed to use the bathroom. So we got to take him to show him where the bathroom was. Oh, it's just on the road there. And, you know, they actually do have, like, bodyguards that, like, walk with them everywhere they walk. I was like, okay.
Wow.
And I don't know, do you know who Gerald Webb is?
No.
No?
No? He photobombed us. He was in one of the Law and Orders. I can't remember, like the original Law and Order. He used to play in the original Law and Order. Just before
what did you
it went
say
off
his name
the
was
air.
again?
Gerald Webb.
No.
I can't think of anything. And in Crepitus at the end, you got a special thank you in the end credits. Did that surprise you when you saw it?
Yeah, kind of. Because in Crepitus, I really wasn't so much an extra as I helped do things in the background. Like I put together like a photo album that they used, and I did some of the artwork for them and things like that. So it wasn't like I was actually, you know, I happened to be friends with the person that wrote the movie. And he was, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I was like, oh, I can help you do that. So I kind of helped them and set my stuff down, and that was that. But that's a very strange movie.
To say the least.
I've never seen it.
It's out there.
It could have been good.
I'll definitely have to watch it now, you know, just for the sake of it, you know. Yeah, but because Anna's in it, and you know, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
The only time that I ever really actually got like a close-up scene was in A Mother's Revenge. And they actually
sounds
like
familiar.
focused the camera on me and made me do things. And it was like I said, I don't like being the center of attention, so it was kind of weird. But I did it, and it was fun. And then when I watched it, it was like, oh, they didn't cut it. Look, it's still there.
Now that sounds like a Lifetime movie, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a Lifetime movie. And that starred that, her name's Jamie. I can't think of what her last name is. But she used to play in, like, All My Children.
Yes.
She had read, I don't know if you watched, like, soap operas.
Not no more.
Off and on, I've watched it.
But that maybe sounds familiar to me. I think I've seen it.
Yeah. We have Lifetime movies on over here at midday, and they'll be the midday movie, so yeah, I'll often catch one depending on what I'm doing, so that one does sound familiar.
And my favorite actress was Jordan Ladd.
Yeah, I was going to ask you who was your favorite actor.
It was Jordan Ladd by far. She was so sweet. She was funny. We actually, after filming, the movie that we made sucked. But, hey, that's okay. She got into doing horror movies quite by accident. She went to audition for a romantic comedy, and they were holding 2 auditions in the same place at the same day. And she walked into the one for the horror movie thinking it was for the romantic thing. And she said she got reading the script, and she was actually literally horrified when she was reading the script, which was Cabin in the Woods.
Oh.
I think it was Cabin in the Woods. And she said she was actually literally horrified when she seen the script, and they gave her the part, and then all of a sudden they always wanted her for these horror movies. So she says, and I can't stand horror movies. She says, but somehow all they make is horror movies. But yeah, she was really cool. She had us take her, like, after we were done filming, she had us take her, like, around Buffalo and up through Niagara Falls and stuff to show her cool places to go, and like I said, she was a sweetheart. She's extremely tiny. She can't be any more than like 4'10". Like they kept having to put boxes and boxes up for her to stand, so she would be like a normal person size. Because she couldn't reach the counter. Like when she had reached the counter, so they'd have to bring boxes, and she'd have to climb up onto the boxes so she could reach the top of the counter.
Wow.
But yeah, she was my favorite, definitely.
So did you get to meet Bill Moseley?
No. Well, I talked to him. I didn't actually meet him in person. I talked with him on a phone, and he was really nice. But I didn't actually get to like meet him. I wish I could have. Like I said, I really wasn't what you would call like on camera extra in that one. I just did things behind the scenes for him.
Right. Well, that's why I asked, because you were doing the behind the scenes stuff, so I didn't know. And for those who don't know, Bill Moseley was Leatherface's brother in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So.
Okay, was he in Devil's Rejects?
He was in Devil. He was not in Devil. Yeah, he was the brother in Devil's Rejects.
Okay, yeah. That's a wild movie.
Bill Moseley's another one that does some pretty off-the-wall movies.
Yeah, that he does. And
talking with him, he was very nice.
Right. I mean, with Crepitus, he was right there in his wheelhouse there. So.
Yeah, he was, and I kind of wish they would have focused on him a little more. I think it might have been better.
I got to agree with you there. Being the bad guy was not in the movie enough. But
I agree. But hey, like I said, it wasn't bad for his first, the guy's first try, first attempt at writing a screenplay and filming it, because it was all self-funded. We did the fundraising for it and everything else for him. So.
No, I'm not knocking it, because I mean, I couldn't do it. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely needed some help. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, Teresa.
No, it's not a bad movie at all. So.
Well, I'll watch it. If it's like really scary. Now, sometimes there are certain horror movies I won't watch, but I'm gonna give it a try.
It's more of a psychological thriller than it is really a horror, up until the very end.
Okay.
I definitely have to watch with other people. I cannot watch by myself.
Well, I mean, he's not a clown in the sense of a clown, so. I mean, is he made up like a clown? I guess he is, but I can't call what he did a clown. My opinion. He likes in the character like to rhyme a lot, so you got to really listen to his rhyming to get a lot of what's being said for the movie. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think they could have done without the rhyming.
Yep.
Bud, do you have anything coming up soon?
Pardon?
Do you have anything that's on the agenda for soon? Like, do you have anything that's coming up?
Nope. Well, my husband's been pretty sick, so I've been kind of taking care of him, so I haven't really looked to see if there's anything available.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will do it again, though. I know they said something about, I can't remember. They did mention something about some movie that was going to be filmed here, but I can't remember what movie they said it was now.
Uh-huh.
Does your daughter still, is she still doing movies as well with you, or she sort of only did a couple?
It's usually me and my daughter. Me and my daughter do it together.
Isn't that a cool thing for mother and daughter to do together?
It is.
It's so cool.
And she's my little mini me.
Okay.
And it's funny because when we go in, everybody always says, "Oh my God, you guys must be mother and daughter."
Oh, that's cool. How old is she?
She's 36.
Okay.
I'm 58, so I'm old.
No, that's not old.
No.
And the gray hair is starting to win.
Okay. It's a battle.
It's a constant
It is a battle.
Yeah. I'm actually to the point where it's like, okay, it's time. Time to let it just go.
Yeah. That's about how I am.
Well, does anybody else have anything else that they would like to ask Anna before we sign off for tonight?
I think so.
I'm sure I'll think of a lot of things later.
Exactly. All the questions will come to you.
Well, Anna, I appreciate you coming on tonight. It was.
Thank you for asking me.
Yes, it was quite interesting and different, and definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Well, we'll have to have you on again if you're willing. So.
Of course.
Yeah, for an update.
For an update. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and we are going to be taking a break for the next couple of weeks. I'll let you know when we're going to do the next show. Until then, thanks for coming.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks, Joe. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.